Sarah Ferguson makes a major social media change after her ex, Prince Andrew, gives up his royal title. 4 days after her ex-husband, Prince Andrew, announced he would no longer use his royal titles, such as Duke of York, his ex-wife has updated her social media to remove references to her Duchess of York title.
According to reports, Sarah Ferguson is in danger of having a nervous breakdown. She has lost it after 40 years of wearing the title of Duchess of York. Those close to her recounted scenes of upheaval and anguish at Royal Lodge, the Windsor castle she currently occupies with her ex-husband, Prince Andrew, in addition to her feeling of stability, her public image, and possibly even the unity of her family. According to insiders, Fergie went utterly crazy when it was revealed that she and Andrew would no longer use their titles. King Charles had made it plain that she had pleaded with him not to. The indulgence period was over. One of the most passionate and contentious family gatherings in contemporary royal history is said to have ensued. Royal sources claim that Princess Beatrice came at Royal Lodge on Monday in a profoundly troubled state, her face pale, her hair tied back in a hurry, her expression lifeless. Shouting, tears, and bewilderment reverberated through the halls of the once Grand York home as the family struggled.
Let's talk about Fergie and what's going to happen with her, because the reports are that King Charles has vowed to protect Beatrice and Eugenie, whereas Fergie, Sarah Ferguson, faces life without her title, Duchess of York. Of course, she agreed not to use it after Prince Andrew relinquished his Duke title.
Sarah Ferguson was reported to have completely melted down inside. She allegedly started to sob and beg Andrew not to do it when he informed her that she would lose her title. The term Duchess had been her lifeline, a brand, a source of revenue, and a representation of the royal existence she never wanted to give up for almost 40 years. However, that identity had suddenly been torn away. Later, a buddy called the scene chaotic. Without even consulting his daughters, Andrew had consented to issue a statement surrendering his titles after being taken by surprise by his brother's demands. Beatrice and Eugenie were taken aback when they learnt. Eugenie avoided the family meeting entirely because she was too upset to go. The meeting was not a joyful event. The Daily Mail was informed by a source that the family, once a strong unit, is fractured.
Whilst we'd been on air, Sarah Ferguson at the weekend, outed by Daphne Barak actually in the Mail, and she was dropped earlier yesterday by Julia House, which is a charity. Further 5 in the last couple of hours, including the Teenage Cancer Trust.
The toll was visible to the people outside. Later, Beatrice was seen in her black Range Rover, clearly frightened, driving away from Royal Lodge. A day before, she had been seen in distress, talking on the phone with her 2 girls at a playground. According to reports, she told a friend that she was having trouble reading the Sunday newspaper. Witnesses said that the most recent round of accusations against her father had poleaxed her. For although Sarah's reputation had already been ruined by the email controversy, fresh information regarding Prince Andrew's purported actions was making matters worse. Even though Prince Andrew is still denying all of the accusations made against him, the news cycle is already underway. Emails from Andrew that surfaced in the last week have sparked more inquiries about his behavior and how he manages to live in the 30-room royal retreat in spite of the uproar.
I think we need to know why Andrew's not paying any rent.
And where did he get a total of 8.5 million in 2005?
Yeah, because
did we pay for it?
Well, no, don't think the Mail are reporting today that he did not get a major inheritance from the Queen or the Queen Mother.
The assets of his daughter are now being scrutinized as well. According to reports, Beatrice and Eugene's interests are being subjected to an ethics check by royal officials to make sure nothing links them to their father's dubious business partners. For 2 ladies who have done nothing wrong, being unable to shake the stigma of their parents' scandals is a humiliating predicament. According to royal analyst Ingrid Seard, Beatrice and Eugenie may have no other option than to renounce their crowns in order to save their reputations. It would free children from their parents, prevent them from being treated unfairly, and demonstrate their desire to forge their own path in life, she told the Daily Mail. But there would be a price for such a move. The sisters grew up in an environment of luxury and royal privilege. They have seen their parents transform royal life into a profitable business since birth. Paid magazine spreads, endorsements, and deals. Their pictures were sold to the media for hundreds of thousands of pounds even when they were little toddlers.
Grew up with an incredible mum as a children's author, so stories really created that sense of imagination.
The girls witnessed personally the financial rewards of their position throughout the years. Costly presents, extravagant vacations, and connections with affluent business people. As it turned out, some of those relationships would turn out to be harmful. The sisters have since established prosperous lives of their own, but the spectres of their parents' decisions still haunt them. Beatrice has made a name for herself in the Gulf states as a private equity analyst and CEO of her own company. She has been pictured at important investment conferences in Qatar, Abu Dhabi, and Saudi Arabia, frequently going to secret gatherings with powerful businessmen and royals. Last year, her company, BEQ, had multiple increases in value. Another well-known figure in the Middle East is Eugenie, a director of an art gallery who regularly attends charitable and cultural events.
Your favourite duo, the King's nieces, Beatrice and Eugenie, were on the cover of a magazine this week and they were described as the royal family's secret weapons. Did you write that headline?
I have to say, it's a bit of a journalistic cliche. I think secret weapons that we may have to stop.
There's no such thing.
Having royal names has greatly benefited both sisters. Being a princess of the House of Windsor makes things easier. However, royal officials are now secretly worried that their international activities might eventually turn into yet another source of trouble for the monarchy. Already tarnished by scandal, the palace cannot afford another crisis. Sarah Ferguson, the once proud mother and devoted ex-wife, is witnessing the breakdown of her life and doesn't seem to be managing it well. Friends have called her breakdown complete. She has been devastated emotionally by her recent cancer fight, the loss of charitable patronages, and now the embarrassment of losing her royal title. According to her closest friends, she is crying all the time, hardly eating, and her sister Jane has rushed in from Australia to help her.
Losing Duchess of York, it just proves that the York brand is totally toxic within the royal circles. And yes, I have read that Charles will somewhat try and ring-fence Beatrice and Eugenie as his nieces because they shouldn't pay for the sins of the parents.
She has been characterized as frantic, hysterical, and plagued by the fear of losing everything. These same friends claim that she feels deceived by the royal institution, which has finally cut her off entirely, by the charities that abandoned her following the email incident, and by Andrew, who agreed to the title loss without her agreement. In the midst of the turmoil, her daughters are attempting to maintain their own lives. Insiders refer to Beatrice and Eugenie's continued closeness as their tripod bond. However, the unending waves of shame that are destroying their family name have personally destroyed both of them. According to reports, even their husbands have advised them to avoid the spotlight and stay away from the royal lodge out of concern that the publicity would harm their own reputations. The king is considered to be resolute behind the palace doors. Andrew's choice will not be changed. Once a quirky, affectionate royal family, the Yorks are today perceived as a burden to the throne. Sarah Ferguson is so stuck in the aftermath of that tearful family conference, lamenting the loss of her title, her respect, and possibly even her family's unity. She referred to herself for years as the Phoenix, the woman who never dies. The ashes feel heavier this time, though. She is at her lowest point at age 65. Once welcoming her, the royal realm now rejects her. The future of her daughter is uncertain. And those closest to her worry that she might finally snap as her public life falls apart. Since this isn't your typical scandal, it's the emotional breakdown of a lady who thought she could get through anything. And Sarah Ferguson might be confronted with the one thing she will never escape after serving as the Duchess of York for almost 40 years. The loss of her family's unity, her royal status, and her hold on the life she had formerly battled so hard to maintain. What are your thoughts? Will Sarah Ferguson recover from this, or will we witness the final collapse of her public life? Please share your opinions in the comments section below. Make sure to subscribe and turn on the bell if you appreciate videos like this one so you don't miss the next one.